This for my baby. Gxlden.Chvld.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, the Golden Child, and we are back with another video. We are here to talk about the worst place I have ever worked. And I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like, this is gonna be a very in-depth video. I remember everything because this is the job that I just quit. Technically, I haven't quit yet because I ain't put in my 2 weeks. I'm not planning on putting my 2 weeks. I'm just not gonna show up next time because they're not respecting my time, so I'm not gonna respect their time. Maybe I'll change my mind if I like get to like a change of heart, or I'm just feeling nice and I want to like inform them that I won't be coming back. But this week I only work 1 day a week there. I only got 6 hours, so that's not gonna make or break anybody. I'm a host at the restaurant that I'm gonna tell you guys about. So yeah, I'm going to quit. I technically have already quit because I don't plan to come in ever again. So yeah, let me tell you guys about me being a host at Fridays. And for those of you guys who know which one I work at, you know. If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you because it's not a big deal. It doesn't matter which one I work at. I just want to tell you guys about my experience. I could also go in depth about like restaurants in general and jobs I've had in general. That could be like another video. But we're here to talk about the worst job I ever had, which was Fridays. So, being a Fridays, that was my newest job. I started, I want to say, about 6 weeks ago or so. I don't quite remember, but we're in like kind of like the middle of summer right now, and I started more towards the beginning. So yeah, I'll say like 6 weeks to 2 months, something like that. But yeah, it's a relatively new job, and it's gotten to that point where I really can't take it anymore, and I'll tell you guys why. So it started off pretty cool. I got hired like pretty fast. Like I was on Indeed. I saw the ad on Indeed when I saw it was posted just hours ago. And I jumped on that. They called me right away. I went and got hired right away. But what I failed to realize is like probably when a place needs people so desperately and they're hiring, people left for a reason. They had people and they left for a reason. But I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about I need a job. This place is hiring. I know how to be a host. I've hosted before. This job would be easy for me. I was like, yes, I found a job. But they didn't have people for a reason because it's trash. And yeah, I will elaborate. So, yeah, just like I said, it started off pretty good. I got hired fast and easy. I started, like, when I had interviewed, Shorty had told me that I was going to be getting like 35 to 40 hours. I was like, that's smooth because that's money. That's a good amount of hours. Like, I was like, wow, I'm about to like this job. It's about to be amazing. And yeah, for like the first maybe 2 weeks or so, it was fine. Also, this girl I know worked there, and of course I was happy to see a familiar face. And then yeah, I was like able to be around her more, and we like developed more of like a friendship. And then like a lot of the servers were nice. Just everybody was nice for the most part when I first started working there. But you know, after a couple of weeks of like working with people, it can be annoying, and you can get tired of them. Like, of course, with people in general, when you first meet them, they come off as nice, but working with people, being around them so much, people start to show their like true colors. Like half the people who work there, I just don't like them. Like half the managers, half the servers, just like a good portion of the people there are trash, and I don't like them. And work isn't about making friends. Like you shouldn't go to your job or like get a job like with the like notion that like, oh, I'm gonna make friends with all my coworkers, or I'm gonna be buddy buddy this and that, because you don't go to work to like make friends and all that. You go there to make money. But like the thing is, you also shouldn't put yourself in a position where you have to work with a bunch of people that you don't like. Like at any job, there's gonna be those people that you just don't like. A good few people who just get on your nerves. That's normal. But I literally didn't like half or like even more than half the people who worked there, and it was really annoying because that just like made the job like that much more annoying and unbearable. Examples of like people being unbearable is like just fellow hosts being difficult. Like the hosts are the people that I actually had to like work with like closely because I'm a host too. So we all are essentially doing the same thing. We have to cooperate and like make a game plan, do all that good stuff. But just like some of them just weren't doing their jobs right, and it bothers me and people I'm working with can't do their job right, because then the manager comes talking to all of us as if we all did something wrong, when it's that one person who has no idea what the hell they're doing. They make the rest of us look bad, and I just don't like being told I'm not doing my job right. And yeah, it's just the whole thing for me. Just, I don't like, okay, it's one thing if they try to get better at doing their job and they're like trying to make an effort. You see when someone's trying and like making an effort to like do something right, like just asking questions, just, you know, when someone's trying, but they just weren't trying. They were just doing things however they saw fit, not following directions. It's just, I'm a very systematic person and I'm all about fairness. That's another thing that had me messed up in the restaurant. Like, I'm all about fairness and everybody else isn't. Like, certain servers would just mess up everything. Like, anyone who's a host, you guys know that you're supposed to go in a certain order, but for those who don't, I'll just explain. Like, in a restaurant, you have servers. You have like a bunch of servers, and it's ethical to make sure that you like maintain a standard of like fairness, like going in a rotation essentially. Like, let's say you have like three servers, like you keep going in a circle, like seating those three servers, and like servers would just like mess that up and just like take people, or like just being like super selfish. And yeah, it was just a lot. Being a host, you have to really make sure you know what you're doing, because servers are gonna always complain. In a restaurant, everybody complains. But yeah, as a host, you have to make sure you know what you're doing, like know the rotation, just know your stuff pretty much, because servers are gonna always try to come up to you and tell you that you're doing something wrong, or that you're not seeing them, or this, that, and the third. But yeah, as a host, your only job is to satisfy the customer. You don't have to worry about everybody else. But again, that's probably like some more that I'll go into, talking about working in a restaurant in general, or like jobs I've had in general. But yeah, the servers would piss me off, the hosts would piss me off, the managers. I think the managers might have been like the worst part. Like, one of the managers would just like, at first we were like getting along, but then she grew to like give me attitude all the time. And she's the one who makes the schedule, and she has been giving me less hours than everybody else, which I don't appreciate. And I'm pretty sure it's her being petty because we're not quite getting along. But again, it doesn't matter because I'm leaving. But I just didn't appreciate that. She just would have like the most annoying attitude. Like, just the other day when I was working, I took someone else's shift because the girl whose shift I took, she didn't want to come in because she's leaving too. For a lot of the same reasons that I said that the job is trash. But yeah, she's leaving too, and I didn't get that many hours. So the other day I was like, oh, I'll take your shift since you're not going to come in. And yeah, that manager, when she saw me, she's like, why are you here? You're not on the schedule. She didn't like ask me if I took someone's shift. Like, she didn't ask me any questions at all. She just said in the most rude tone, why are you here? You're not on the schedule. And like, mind you, I already like discussed the whole switch with like a different manager, the general manager actually. So this manager who's giving me attitude, her boss, I discussed it with her boss. And like, of course we have to do things on an app. Like, we use hot schedules. It was the night before I was switching shifts with the girl. Like, I knew it might not be enough time to like get that approved, so I ran that through the general manager, and she said it was fine. And then this other manager trying to give me attitude about this whole thing, when I could have just not showed up at all, and then they'd be a host short, and then that'd be an even bigger issue. But she should have just been thankful that I showed up and they had a host, because that night could have ran a lot worse. And she's just like a lot. Another thing with that manager too, well, this is also something that like I didn't like about Fridays. It's not even like Fridays. Like, I just think the restaurant is bad luck, or just I'm not supposed to be there. Like, fate is telling me that I'm really not supposed to be there, because on the 4th of July, yeah, the 4th of July, this table was apparently complaining about me and my boyfriend making out in the front of the store, which didn't happen. Gavin was here because I told him that he could come, because the 4th of July was super slow, because it's the 4th of July. You should be at a cookout, at a party, not at a restaurant. So it was super slow. So I told him to like come by and like keep me company or whatever. And I was like talking to him, like touching him, not like touching him, but like touching his hair, like doing little cute stuff. And then like a table by the restaurant complains that I'm making out with him, which I'm obviously not. So that's annoying. And then that annoying manager like told me about it, and she was like going about it again in like a rude way. She didn't ask me, did I do this? She just like essentially told me that the customer said this, and I was like, I didn't do that. And of course, she's like, well, in the restaurant business, the customer is always right. It's not even just restaurants, like just every like customer service thing, the customer is always right. But I was like, I'm not gonna apologize for something that I didn't do. And I don't know if that irritated her or whatever the case may be, but she was like, both me and my boyfriend can leave. And I was like, that's cool with me, because like I'm never gonna apologize for something that I didn't do, because that's an admission of guilt. If I didn't do something, I'm not gonna apologize for it, and I'm not gonna be held accountable for a customer lying. So me and Gavin left, and I didn't really care because we went to see the fireworks and we had a good 4th of July, and that was fine with me. So yeah, Gavin felt bad and everything, but we didn't do anything wrong, and I know I didn't do anything wrong. So yeah, just if you know you aren't doing something wrong and you're in the right, you shouldn't ever feel bad about something. Like, it would have been one thing if the customer was actually right, then I would have felt some type of remorse, then that could have gone a different type of way. But also another thing with that manager, she has a terrible habit of accusing me of doing something instead of asking me. Like, just besides jobs in general, I hate being accused of something I didn't do. Like, ask me if I did it. Like, hey, did you break this? Not, why did you break this? Because I didn't do it, and that's going to agitate me even more. And her doing small things like that, like, led to us not getting along. Like, I don't like being talked to in like a harsh manner or being accused of something or people give me attitude. I don't like any of that. And she just kind of has like an attitude like right off the bat. And it just kind of be like that. She says she's just a blunt person, but there's an underlying attitude there. And then it wasn't really working for me, and I would give her that attitude back, and she didn't like it. But that's just it is what it is. And then another reason the store is bad luck is because my purse got stolen from there. Yeah. So I got stolen from the host stand. It's partially my fault. I'm gonna admit that. Yeah, I left my purse in the host stand at my old job where I was hosting. I did leave my purse in the host stand as well, but the difference was the host stand had a door and it could close, so nobody could see what was on the inside. At Fridays, the host stand is open, so my purse was just there, and anybody could see my purse and just like took it. Well, actually, no. Like, no one really looks behind the host stand because that's weird. But if someone was looking in the host stand, they'd see my purse. Like, okay, so the door is right here, going into Fridays. The host stand is here, and it's like diagonal. So when you're walking to your table, you can't really see what's in the host stand because the host stand is facing the door, and my purse is in the host stand facing away from the door. So the person who stole my purse, the lady that I saw on camera, was really like looking for something to steal, and she took my purse because it wasn't that visible or anything. But yeah, my purse was stolen. I didn't have like my wallet in there or anything. It was just my car keys, but it was still annoying because I didn't have a spare, and I had to get new car keys, which cost like a lot of money and everything. So that was inconvenient. But yeah, I saw a lady on camera taking my purse, but the quality of the cameras in Fridays are just so terrible that we couldn't find the lady or anything. Like, I saw that it was a lady. I saw that she had like a Victoria's Secret purse, for example. I saw that like she was like a heavy lady with long hair, but I just couldn't make out the lady's facial features. And outside we have cameras, but we don't have like cameras like where she went. Like, she went out towards the right, but we don't have cameras on the right side of the building to see like what car she got into, which direction she went. So the police just couldn't really do anything about it, and that was super annoying. But there's just been so many things that have gone wrong at Fridays. It's just terrible. Like, when I'm there, it's like it feels so long, and I'm so unhappy there. Like, granted, there are some people there that I really like. Like, I'm talking about this job, like it's all bad, but it's really not. Like, there are some people that I really like there. Like the bartenders, for example. Like, there are like a few of them that I really like. Some of the servers are really cool, and they put a smile on my face. And every job that I've been at, I always like the customers. Like, the customers never really give me problems. Like, any job you go to, there are those annoying, super rude customers. But again, that's like every job. But besides the average annoying customers, the customers there I liked. It's just Fridays itself, I can't do it. I would much rather work in a smaller restaurant like I did before. Like, I worked at Chili's before. That was a smaller restaurant. Chili's, has its own reasons for being annoying, but it was a pretty good place to work all in all, way better than Fridays. Oh, and another thing I forgot to mention about Fridays, like I just the training isn't the best there. Like granted, the person who tried to train me, it wasn't really like their fault or anything, but managers, I more like emphasize that I didn't receive like the best training from them. Like what I mean by that is instead of making sure I could do something like to goes, for example, I was just put on to goes one night without like a good amount of prior knowledge of how to do it. And of course, like mistakes were made and then like issues happened because of like not enough prior training. But it just be like that. I more blame the managers. But all in all, I think that's all I have to say about Fridays. I'm glad I'm not going back. I already found another job too, so it's no worries or anything. I was just trying to leave ASAP. Like for me, if I don't like a job, I'm moving in overdrive to get another job because I have 2 jobs right now. Okay. Well, because I'm gonna quit Fridays, I'll only have 1 job technically, but I already have another job lined up because I just don't like to be out of work and not have that much money because my other job that I work at, they don't give me much hours. So I can't really deal with that like lack of constant flowing money. So I already got me another job. I hope it's a lot better. The people there seem nice. But of course, anywhere you go, like the people seem nice at first. But I think I'm going to be fine and I'm going to like it a lot better than Fridays because, again, Fridays is the worst. But I think that's all I had to say about Fridays, guys. Worst place I've ever worked. And I've actually worked at a lot of places. I think Fridays would make my 5th job. Yeah, my 5th job. I'm not even going to put it on my resume because I only worked there for 5 months and I hated it. I just want to forget it ever happened. It's a no from you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure to subscribe so you can become one of my golden stars, and peace out.